You are.
This meeting is being recorded.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. All right, and you can make me the host again. So dear devotees, this is going to be an interactive meeting. Feel free to interrupt, add, comment, suggest anytime. The goal of this entire meeting, not just my initial presentation, is to provide an overview definitely, but learn from suggestion and feedback. Even if it's a one-liner from you, that will help us a lot. And of course, we need ideas. Sometimes fresh pair of eyes, as I say, or fresh ideas, out of box ideas. Once in a while, we want to do that, especially in the beginning of the year where we can set goals and so on. Okay. So with that, I hope everyone is able to see my screen. So first of all, thank you. We are very grateful to Srila Prabhupada, Vaisheshika Prabhu, all our acharyas, that we have a platform based on which we can distribute such transcendental literature, and grateful that we have such Vaishnava associations. So with blessings from all of them, our acharyas, all the assembled Vaishnavas, we'll begin. Okay, so what we want to quickly present is what we did in 2021. Now, just this topic can go on for an hour. That's not the idea. Very high level overview. I will especially be focusing on, what are the big numbers. We can always discuss anything in particular. Yeah. I'm going to focus my presentation a lot on challenges and not so good stuff, because that's where there is a lot of scope for improvement. The feedback requested and scope for improvement. Again, that does not mean that everything that we talk about is not great, but that is where we want to improve, where we need more ideas, where we need more help, where we need more feedback. So with that, going on to the next screen. All right, so what did we do in 2021? So 2021, we did approximately 110,000 books, which of course includes Bhagavad Gita and SSRs primarily. But one of the highlight was that we did 300 plus Srimad Bhagavatam sets. Now, most of these sets were at
Hindu temples, right?
Sorry, Mataji?
Hindu temples, is that right?
Yes, Hindu temples in USA, of course, non-ISKCON temples, yeah. We also distributed a lot of assorted book boxes to grocery stores, hotels, and so on. And of course, this number includes only that which primarily was dispatched by us as Team MotelGita. So definitely would not have, temple other than us who are distributing. For example, I know our Canada devotees are doing amazing, but the numbers that we are seeing will, not be including that. Whatever has been reported or dispatched from LA primarily. Yeah. So Baltimore, Boston, DC, ISV, Laguna Beach, New Vrindavan, North Carolina, Seattle. Now, with due respects, I know Connecticut, Ganpati Govind Prabhu has been doing huge, wonderful. And just because we do not have it, it's not been included here. But that does not mean that devotees are not doing there. This is just what we did or we dispatched from LA BBT office. Yeah. Any question, comments, feedback before we move to our more important slides? All right.
Prabhu, in future, if we can ask those devout temples who are not dispatching from LA, can report the score so that we can overall get entire scores.
Prabhu, please also add Alachua. I also did the dispatch.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why we need reports, Mataji, from different temples to Mayapur Prabhu so that he can include all those.
Prabhu, see, with Prabhu, I'm whatever, I don't want to, like, it's not taking credit, if we have not been part of that dispatch, that's okay. But yes, As one
No,
team, we can always represent it. Yeah.
yeah,
But
global
yeah,
MotelGita, global MotelGita.
yeah. The idea is that, we can inspire everyone. Yeah, it'll be wonderful if everyone reports the score. Yeah. Because I know a lot of devotees have done, even through Motel Gita, like Alachua. I know Austin Temple has done many books, but they have not reported anything. So if it's not reported, we cannot pick it. Okay, now the more important slides. Okay, challenges. That's where we are slowing down the book intakes by US hotel owners. Now, the second thing, calling on phone or low response does not encourage consistent devotee participation. So I have received feedback, a lot of devotees, they try, 1 or 2 hours of calling, and then they give it up. Like services, even like, temple cleaning or door-to-door book distribution or distribution outside, let's say Walmart or anything, it's much more encouraging compared. That's the, feedback I've got. And then, of course, this year was very different because of COVID. All of us, no temple is an exception. We have faced lots and lots of logistic issues. We have thousands of books of orders unexecuted because we don't have softbound Bhagavad Gitas. And this has happened back and forth, between SSR and Bhagavad Gita and so on. Of course, this is because of the global logistic issues. I've heard hundreds of thousands of Bhagavad Gitas are waiting in the ships outside of LA for many months. So these are reasons beyond our control, but it has impacted us. Anything else we should add here, discuss here? Any other thing, which is a fair idea?
Also, low participation of road trips from different temples.
Oh yeah. Well, I should say practically no participation. But yes, low participation. Will add that. So that's that's the second bullet. Scope for improvement. Wholesale orders. We haven't, Motel Gita is still doing retailing. We go to approach each and every hotel, each and every, let's say, grocery store, each and every uh, hospital. We haven't, whether Prabhu chastised me. We should now try franchise. He got me to contacts and I haven't done anything. Maybe grocery chains, maybe correctional facility chains, from a top with the Live by His help. We can do that. I don't know. So that's one thing where, I see a lot of scope for improvement. As Vedavit Prabhu mentioned, and I'll leave it to Nandini Mataji in the next presentation. She just went out, in last 2 days. She met a hotel owner who gave us literally. I don't want to steal her thunder. I will let her speak. But just going out, it's not difficult. That's all we need. Scope for improvement for us, especially me, cultivation of donors and raising donation. I need to improve a lot. Our logistics and dispatch teams, I see we are struggling with sheets, and I need a better software system. We have Salesforce, but it has a lot of ISV data connected with it, and it's not practical, to have 10 people log into Salesforce. We are using non-profit organization version. We only have 4 logins. Even have, our temple treasurers and board of directors using those logins. So I need to think about a better software system, open for suggestions. And we want to improve some operations. We need to reduce our returns, increase our outreach. I personally feel I spend a lot of time in logistics rather than marketing, because I need to improve our operations so that I can focus on marketing. And thanks to Nandini Mataji, she is doing wonderful work. But that's where we should be focusing a lot of our energy. So team, this is where we need ideas, feedback, and suggestions from you, how to do it. Or it's okay, even one of the bullets that, what, I know of this software, or, this is how we do in Canada. which may help us. And any and all ideas, suggestions welcome.
Prabhu, is it okay if we give the suggestions at the end? Especially this will get me thinking, and I would like to
Sure,
get.
sure. Assuming we do have some time, I agree. We have a lot of things on the agenda. So yes. And oops. And finally, for plan for 2022, we want to diversify, not just remain in hotels and motels, maybe grocery stores, temples. If Dilip Bhai says yes, maybe correctional facilities, maybe even different countries. We are already in discussion with different countries. Target digital or next level. A lot of people says, no, who reads? Can we have digital copy? This, that. So these are some of our ideas. And it's already 11:20. So I don't want to take up too much time, but at the same time, I don't. Any thoughts, suggestions, quick feedback? That's where anything it can be. All right. Okay. On some of these points, if nothing else, devotees, please think about it. We may not be able to cover everything in this meeting, but I had a discussion earlier this morning with Vaisheshika Prabhu. And I, in fact, I presented the same slide to him as well in the morning and some of the ISB devotees. And one of the things he said that he will personally help us in passing this message to many temple presidents and devotees around the USA temples, so that we can have higher participation, especially road trips and so on. Oh, sorry, Ganpati Govind Prabhu, I see you have a raised hand. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Guruji. Just two things that were coming to my mind. One is so looking at the expansion opportunities that we are talking about here, grocery stores, correctional facilities, etc. So looks like MotelGita is not just MotelGita now; it's much more than that. So are we saying that I'm sure each of the temples at their level will also be doing such outreach activities, like we are also doing correctional facilities, hospitals, etc. So, I mean, and I'm sure ISV and LA must be doing it outside of MotelGita also. So, are we saying that all of that will be part of MotelGita now, or that is one? Second is you mentioned in the beginning that you are only reporting the scores or dispatches that you have done from LA. So, I'm just trying to understand what is the role that you see for other temples here. Like, are you thinking that we can try to reach out to motel owners and bring orders for you so you can dispatch? That's what the roles of other role of other temples would be.
No. So Prabhu, okay, let me try with the second question first, just to clarify that, Prabhu. No. What we meant is, Prabhu, see, our goal is that Team Motel Gita is whatever we have, we can share our experience with all the temples. And then it's up to individual temples, however it facilitates them. Like sometimes if you have local hotels, you already have books, you can distribute it. Sometimes if you need to ship it, in order rather than doing double shipping, because first shipping is from LA to your temple, let's say in Connecticut. And then the second shipping is from Connecticut to that other place. In that case, why do double shipping? Yeah, of course, the ordering temple gets all the credit, whether it's Lakshmi credit or book point credit. And we have our shipping commander, Vedavit Prabhu, can do that. My only point about report is, Motel Gita should not take credit for anything that we have not done. It's not that, we are the only one placing books in hotels and motels. If we have not been part of anything, I should not report that. It's okay, Motel Gita did so much. That's not correct. That's the only thing. That was the only thing I had in mind. I mean, but as one team, as Prabhupada's family, we should exchange ideas and do whatever best we can do. But we have other senior devotees, Vedavit Prabhu, Meenakshi Mataji, Nandini Mataji. Please feel free to add in your thoughts also. Does that help Ganpati Govind Prabhu to
Yes, Prabhuji, I
clarify
think
what I
I think I misunderstood initially. So thanks for clarifying that. And also, so basically, what we are talking about is you will help us make the dispatches, right? Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes. All the scores belong to the local temple, Prabhu. You know, whoever has dispatched it, yeah.
yeah,
In
no,
fact,
I'm not worried so much about the scores. I was trying to understand more in terms of how do other temples come into the picture. But yeah, I think I got my answer, Prabhuji.
correct. Because logistics, Prabhu, shipping cost is a big deal, right? In terms of especially when it's southbound Gita, compared to the cost of Gita, at least in USA, shipping is almost 40%, not 40%, 30% of it. Whether Prabhu can correct me, 70 cents or so now.
Yes, Prabhu.
So, I mean, when we do one box, of course, when you have 1,000 Gitas coming to your temple, that's a different story. So how we can reduce that 30% of cost and so on. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji.
And
Thank you for clarifying.
sure, Prabhu. And Prabhu, what was your first question? Sorry, first question that I forgot.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
you indirectly answered that, Prabhuji, about expanding to hospitals and
Oh, okay.
other
Sure.
places. So yeah, I think I got my answer overall. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, Prabhu. All right. Okay, Prabhuji. Now I know I already ran over by 4 minutes, but over to Nandini Kishori Mataji. Mataji, feel free to discuss about the trade shows and your road trips and so on. And if you have something to present, you can present as well. Over to you, Nandini Mataji. Mataji, we can't hear you. I think you are on mute.
Okay, sorry. Dandavat Pranam devotees, Jai Shila Prabhupada. So recently I went to, everybody goes on Christmas vacation. So we went to Destin, me, my daughter, her friend. And within 2 hours, I could visit 7 hotels one day. Next day, same thing, 2 hours, 7 other hotels. And the response was very positive, and they are ready to really see the person behind people behind MotelGita. They get, some of them get phone calls from Dinesh Prabhu, and the rest of them don't even know us. So it was very good to interact with people, tell them about Bhagavad Gita. And it was just a couple of hours. It's not too much if you are spending 1 week of vacation with your family. Just 2 hours. And I dropped my daughter and her friend at she and her at a mall, and I went here. So if you it's a great way to interact with people. And can you see my other photo of Srimad Bhagavatam right now?
No, Mataji. We see only the days in.
Days in.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to, okay. I don't know how to
Maybe
get
you can
the,
stop sharing and try sharing again.
okay, stop share. And my desktop one. You see my desktop now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And now do you see this photo of Bhagavatam?
Yes, yes. Now we can.
This is Bhavik Bhai and his brother Hiten at Mayur Bhai's home. This is in Myrtle Beach. Recently, I was there just 4 days ago. I was in Myrtle Beach. The first day we installed Gujarati Srimad Bhagavatam. You see how happy the family is to arrange the Srimad Bhagavatam and receive it. And they are Pakka BAPS followers. They are building a BAPS temple. They have such Srimad Bhagavatam really will unify all the Vaishnavas. And we installed Srimad Bhagavatam first day, and then next day onwards, they have helped us so much at this convention. This is Bible Belt. So this lady is the main organizer, and she has 1 cookie in her hand, if you see, and a Bhagavad Gita. And by the end of the trade show, she had eaten 10 cookies. She would stop by, eat a cookie, this photographer. This is Pakka Bible Belt, and people were so happy to get a book. And so many moteliers were happy. Another American lady, and there are tons and tons of devout Christians. One of the priests came over, and she's like, "You cannot take my photo." And then I thought she doesn't want the book. No, she's like, "No, I want the book." And so most difficult people who would have never approached us, some in their 60s, they are open for Bhagavad Gita. Another lady gave me testimonial. This guy is retired, so I gave him one book. And then when I heard that he's retired, I'm like, you have to also distribute the books. And he took many books from me. And this is a commonly occurring theme. People are really excited about books, and they may be motel owner, they may be just in the restaurant business, they may be just vendors, they may be devout Christians. People want these books. Another lady said she found our Bhagavad Gita on the cruise, and I have that on video as well. And she found it on a cruise. She started reading the book in September, and then she was on phone, 4 days ago she was on the phone, and she came to me and literally grabbed the book from me. And she said, I want to finish reading that book. That book was little difficult. So this is a customer's testimonial, the one who receives it at the end. And my takeaway was that everybody is they want this Bhagavad Gita. This is another Muslim lady. They want, they love these books. They want these books. They need these books in pandemic. And they may be rednecks. They may be from any walk of life. This pandemic has done them enough of thinking that people are looking for real knowledge. And we all know Bible doesn't answer all the questions. So everybody, I want to say that again and again, that we have to go on trade show. We have to make MotelGita our regular thing. It's not like just Christmas comes and we say, Mayapur Bihari Prabhu, can I fill in some hotel orders? We have to be, the first book distribution principle is that always, first is sadhana, and second is you have to show the books. The more you have, the more you sell. And if you can show them books all the time, then the books are going to go for sure. And I got so many testimonials. People are this guy is taking books for his 14-year-old Krishna book and Bhagavad Gita. And they came for kids' books. Do you have that? And Gujarati books. And they really want this knowledge. They need this knowledge. So if you have to take away once a month, doing MotelGita's Sankirtan, like instead of MSF, is not a bad idea. I met 400 people. I gave 320 small booklets of Intro to Bhagavad Gita. I gave at least 50 other books, if not 100. 240 cookies, 50 burfis or 60 burfis, you name it, some calendars. There was just such a positive response. 3 days I was on my feet, and which is not much. We work for everybody else. We can work for Krishna too. We can work for Srila Prabhupada too, and make this life a success. That's my humble request. If you have any questions, or if you want me to summarize, I'll be happy to.
Thank you, Mataji. Mataji, I was wondering, of course not in this call, do you think a call by you and maybe some others to provide an overview of, step-by-step overview on how to do a road trip?
Yeah.
Like, this is how you prepare. How we can help. We can, let's say someone is going on a road trip to, let's say, Illinois. I'm just taking a random example. We can even provide them some addresses that this is where we already placed books earlier. It's quite likely, they are already favorable. We can prepare them, because sometimes devotees may not be aware that, okay, what do you do in a road trip?
Yeah.
Or,
or in a
maybe
trade
a
show.
half an hour session in, maybe next month or so. Would that be okay? And devotees, I know, I think I remember receiving certain requests. I don't know, in our WhatsApp group as well. Was it from Ranga Devi or few Matais that requested? But if that helps, we can certainly organize one session.
Yes, and trade shows happen in every state. Boston, you should go Ranga Devi. Madhav Gauranga Prabhu definitely goes in Portland, Oregon, and everybody else can go. We get a free rite of passage. Others have to pay so many hundreds of dollars to get a trade show table. And it's the easiest way to get us into all the hotel owners' drawers to keep the books. It's such easy access to them, and personally see and we carry Srila Prabhupada with us. We carry books with us. We carry ISKCON with us. So it becomes a very favorable impression. We form the friendships there. And everything is a two-way street, we respect them, they respect us.
And good point, Mataji. One of the things devotees I've seen in the trade shows nowadays, the number of orders we receive may not be a lot, but it is a very good platform. As Nandini Mataji just mentioned, she personally met maybe 300 hotel owners. Did everyone give them orders? No, many were not interested. Many probably already had orders. I think she got maybe close to 2000 books orders. They're just still calculating. But the good point is that it's a platform to advertise our cause, to maybe even 100 hotel owners within 2-3 hours. That's the request. Yes, Aditya Narayan Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu and Mataji. Thank you for inspiring. Mataji, very inspiring how you share your entire experience with the trade show and how you just like we're going motel to motel. Yes, motel. My question is, one experience that we have here is like when we go to motels, normally like we have like always the same thing that our manager is not here, come back, or like we normally meet the front desk people, and I don't know if there's a particular time that you select to go, or like how do you get in touch with the manager when you just go like on like a road drive and motel to motel.
If you are doing motel to motel, the best time is that vacation days. 25th December, they don't have any American coming to their work. 11 to 2, you will meet all the moteliers. 31st December, also same thing. Whichever day Americans are taking vacation, the motel owners will be there. And they will not tell you that they are the motel owners because they don't know if you have come there for donations or you have come there to give them something. So carry a gift, carry a sweets, give some to the front desk person and say, is Mr. Patel around? And dress up like you are one of them. I don't wear tilak, and I really dress up like I'm one of the owner's friends or something. Carry that authority in your voice. Don't say, oh, can I please see? No, just go as if you are one of them, and they will respond to you with respect. That's what I have observed. And you observe a lot. Okay, this hotel and that, A hotel and B hotel, there's no wall in between. That means it's owned by the same motel owner. That's how the insurance works for the road. And you start carrying subtle things and you start understanding the impression. There's a lady with the nice big gold bangles just going around. She's not really cleaning, she's just watching. She must be the owner. You slowly start getting this who is who in the motel visits. You slowly start picking up on their cues, and then and you say, oh yeah, thank you so much, I know you. And then I know you, like yeah, you are her friend, and remember the names, put it on your notebook, and ask for the first person favorable who else is in town who is pious, and they will give you all the names and carry them sweets and gifts, and they'll be like your good friends for life. I have so many contacts on my phone now. So many hotel owner contacts on my phone. Yes, Meenakshi.
Thank you.
Yes, Meenakshi Mataji. He wanted to.
Another thing to add to what Nandini Kishore Mataji is saying is, yes, first of all, go in with confidence, but also when you're speaking to a hotel or motel owner, if you know that another hotel or motel in the same town or city has taken books, use them as a reference, name drop. It really works. And, say it's been so successful with them. Wouldn't you want to be in the same program? And so that also helps that reference. So make sure you know who has already taken books in that particular town or city and use it.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nandini Mataji. That also gives a chance to Ved with Prabhu, to discuss on, your successes in the similar field. Because Laguna Beach also did a wonderful November, December time frame this time, where they did a lot of books. So going from motel door to motel door. So Nandini Mataji, can you just switch on your video for just a minute? I can, then remove the spotlight. Yeah, thank you, Mataji. So over to you, Vedavit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisance, all glory Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mayapur Bihar Prabhu, for giving this opportunity for us to share few things what we did during December marathon last year. So we started with in November actually we started with regional Ahova convention. That gave us actually big boost for us to go out, because until then we were actually very slow on MotelGita throughout the year, and when the regional convention happened, that gave us real boost. And Hiten Prabhu, who joined very new to our Sankirtan team, actually his real uh, devotion and his inspiration for book distribution showed up in that convention. So he stepped up and took a lot of orders from hotel owners and motel owners, and on the spot actually he was able to get the orders and got donations also from them. So Hiten Prabhu, you would like to add few things on that convention, what you felt and how it was?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Thank you for your guidance, and we were able to do that just with your guidance. But yes, it was very inspirational. It was very powerful to talk to the motel owners and try and get contacts from them. I think the lesson learned was maybe to just get, like Nandini Mataji is saying, get the contacts next time. Just get everyone's contact numbers so we can kind of talk to them later because they're busy during the convention talking to each other. But then also even the vendors at the hotel convention, we started talking to them and they were similarly very happy to receive the books. So that was really inspiring. And I think Maya Prabhu, you had said at the beginning, sometimes it can be frustrating when you're calling and you're not getting responses. So I think it's these kind of conventions and places that give you the inspiration, sort of give you the lifeblood to carry on then after weeks later, keep on calling and proceeding. So it was very motivational attending the conventions.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Hitan Prabhu. So there were actually some, old Ahova, presidents and who are on the board. We met them and they were giving, a lot of suggestions. We are ready to help. When we said our goal is 1 million, no, they said it should be 1 billion. We should compete with the Gideon Bibles. Why we are limiting to 1 million? And so they wanted to help. They are retired and they are available, and just we need to get their help. And they said we are ready to help. We can do together to achieve 1 billion Bhagavad Gitas if Krishna willing. So that's about our regional convention feedback. And after that, somehow by Sri Panchatattva's mercy, his Grace Vaisheshik Maharaj, he flew in, for our Sankirtan meeting here to inspire us for the marathon, December marathon last year. And he came and he attended a meeting where all our temple president, and then the vice president, everybody was there. And so it was like a miracle meeting happened, that we 9 different leaders in Sankirtan, they actually made those 9 leaders for different areas. And they said, this is your goal. And individually we had, goals for each of our regions. And that, helped us to do a lot of Bhagavad Gitas, and especially go every week, like 9 different regions. That's how we were able to do more than 3,500 Bhagavad Gitas during that time. So we could not of course MotelGita is the main thing where we can distribute a lot of Bhagavad Gitas. So we had to go to a lot of hotels and motels and senior centers, libraries, everywhere where we can distribute Bhagavad Gitas. So that helped us. So this year also we are trying to do it from the beginning itself. Last year, we started at the last 2 months, but with the inspiration and with a lot of leaders, we are ready to do from this weekend onwards, because every week we meet and share our goals and everything. So we are hoping and praying and seeking mercy from all wise knows to do much more this year. Thank you, Maya Prabhu, and everyone.
Good. So action item for all of us is, actually we are lucky. Everyone please invite Vaisheshika Maharaj ASAP. We can get multiple teams, and the miracle happens. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. But thank you Vedavit Prabhu, and thank you Tej Prabhu. This was very nice. And along with Nandini Mataji, Prabhuji, you also should, in one of our later calls, because Vaisheshika Prabhu in our meeting earlier today stressed that maybe we should have some form of informal training so that devotees are more confident. I think Aditya Narayan Prabhu had a very valid question. I'm not sure if that is really answered yet, but some of those type of questions we can take it further in that meeting. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
So dear devotees, with that, we'll now move on to Dilip Bhai. Dilip Bhai, you are in the spotlight, Prabhuji. So quick, as I mentioned earlier, but I'll repeat. Dilip Bhai, I met him, a few months back at one of our Bangladesh protests in Fremont, California. And he is, an interfaith and, working for the cause of Hinduism. He has some very good contacts in correctional facilities. More of it to hear from Dilip Bhai, how he can help us distribute more Gitas and more books and literatures to such institutions. Yeah.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Namaste to all. Before I go on my subject, I want to reinforce what Nandini Kishorji said so beautifully. And that's exactly what I tell all others Hindus to work on it. Many Hindus go with the idea that these Christians are bad, Muslims are bad. Please don't do that. Just like Nandini ji said that if we respect them, they will respect you. Go with confidence, present your Gita, and there is nothing wrong you are doing. So yes, please keep on doing. It's a great message, and that's an important thing. Now I'm going back to my main topic, and that is going inside the prison and helping it. The word is chaplaincy in the jails and chaplaincy in the prison system. And actually, I found it that there is absolutely completely vacuum there. There is no Hindu penetration inside the jails. That's as far I have seen it. I'm a certified chaplain to go inside the Santa Clara and San Francisco prison system. So you may wonder that what does that mean? What do you do? So first of all, so if somebody wants to talk to a Hindu or interested in Gita or something like that, if they express interest, the prison people over there, this is okay. They reach out to that chaplaincy group. Is there any Hindu there? Because this inmate is interested. So then they call me. I actually go inside the prison where there is all those barbed wire and all that. And I meet this person one-to-one, spend 1 hour and just chit chat. Most of the time, prisoners, they are getting so bored inside. They are so depressed and all that. So you just give them a moral boost, little talk to them nicely, be friend. And they want some ears, somebody to hear you. 2 months before I was in prison in Santa Clara, one Punjabi guy wanted to talk, wanted some Punjabi reading material. So I went to Gurudwara and offered him, and then they had a good discussion. Last September, there was a lady from Vietnam inside the prison, and actually she was this Hare Krishna follower at one point. And she wanted to know and talk to me about Gita. So I took the Gita over there and we had a discussion on it. I was so impressed by her knowledge and her enthusiasm and all that. So there is a vacuum, and please go fill it. Now, the next question you may have is that what are the qualifications? Believe me, none qualification. You have to be legally in US, meaning you don't need even green card or citizenship to go inside the prison. So far, you don't have any criminal record. That's it. You are qualified to go in. Now, next question you may have, then how do I find it out? Go on Google, find it out what are the local jail and prisons. Remember, those are two separate things. Put it on Google and then look for the chaplaincy department in that prison, chaplaincy department, and call them up and connect with them. And if you have difficulty, reach out to me. I can help you. Not that I know about whole US, but at least I know these two prison system. So now you are connected with that chaplaincy group. Now the thing is, when I was in prison, I mean, you can roam around in the prison and all that with the naturally security guard. I said, can I see your library book? And I opened the library book, at least in two prison systems. I was shocked to see that it was full of Bible and Quran. And when I asked the librarian, how come you don't have a Gita? He says, what you said? What is it? I say, Gita, Gita. She never heard about it. So I offered, why don't you have it? And they were so excited. We sent them 20 Gitas. You know, a month later, they call back again and they says, we ran out of it. How can I get more? See, it's that simple. So that's why it's a vacuum there. Please fill it in. Now, this other thing is, if you want to go routinely in prison, the trick is don't present that I'm here to teach them about religion, because you know this is America. It's and prisons. When you go, I'm here to proceduralize, meaning convert people to my faith. That doesn't work. It's not, because prisoners are poor people. They are trapped in there. They are so depressed. They want some sympathy, and then you go ahead with your intention. That doesn't. It's not legally right. Also, so there is a one lady in Canada. She goes to prison. What she says that she doesn't use name religion, but she says just chanting. So she find out chantings, non-religious chanting, and she says people over there loves it. Especially she goes to juvenile. Okay, edit. Also keep in mind the juvenile centers, meaning youths who are trapped. There is a separate jails for them. So there is a male jails, female jails, juvenile jails. Reach out to all of those. And she says the inmates over there, they just like this chanting, some kind of meditations and all that. So be mindful, tactful how you present there. Maybe in the beginning you don't put on particular clothes and all that, or symbols and all that. But later on, you do whatever you are doing it, and you can have your symbols and all that. But find out what it works in your own area. Now, other question was asked, is there a central organization, jail organizations, which you reach out to them and they distribute to all? I think I don't know any central organization, but I would suggest start with your local and learn more about central if you can find it. So with that, I will open up. I like to answer any questions you have about my experiences of last 2 years. Please, thank you.
So we can get an appointment, Prabhu, for these chaplaincies in the prisons.
Reach out to your local jail, prison, and juvenile central chaplaincy department. Talk to them. Offer them that we like to offer free Gita, and they will be happy to accommodate. See, this is we are in a secular country, so and there are strict laws they have to follow through as much as we have to follow through too. So when you say that these other religions, do you have other books? How about Gita? They cannot say that no, we don't want any Gita.
Right.
So just be mindful. Reach out to them. And when you reach out to them, also offer that you want to be a chaplain, Hindu chaplain there. And then they will give you information that, yeah, you have to do this and that, fill it out this form. Remind you, sometime, especially I was born in San Francisco prison, the lady who is chaplaincy lead, horrible person in terms of communication. And good that I was warned. I made 20 emails and 10 phone calls to her. But I was told that keep doing. And finally, she got tired of me and she called me up. And now I'm a. So point is, figure it out what it takes. Don't take the no for an answer.
Okay. Thank you.
Remember,
Thank you.
reminding you, we live in a secular country. As much as Bible and Quran should be there, the Gita should be there.
Yeah.
So you have rights. If for some reason, if you feel resistance, reach out to me. We can figure it out. Reach out to your congressmen, senators. You have so much rights. Exercise your rights.
So is it a part-time job like Prabhu, Hindu chaplain is a...
Good question. Actually, you can make money being a chaplain. But I am still new. I'm going there once in a while when they call me. Probably I'm going 4 times inside the prison. So I'm not at a stage asking for money. But chaplaincy in America, there is such a big amount of money being spent on chaplaincy by American prison system. So yes, it could be money-making business for some too.
Okay. Thank you.
Ganpati Govind Prabhu. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for sharing your experience. I just wanted to mention our experiences with the correctional facilities and wanted to know what your comments are on it. So what we have done is we have started calling the chaplains. Of course, as you rightly said, there are none of the Hindu chaplains are not there. Mostly we have run into Christian chaplains and, once in a while Jew chaplains. And, we talk to them and tell them what we are doing. And I would say about, if we call 20 chaplains, at least 4 to 5 have accepted Bhagavad Gitas from us. And they have tried to distribute it, to whoever prisoners they would think that would be interested in reading the books. So that's what we have been doing. Okay. But I want to know from you, do you have any suggestions on that,
Okay. You try to reach to the prison chaplain.
That's correct.
Instead of reaching out to prison chaplain, because suppose if somebody reach out to me, I'm a prison chaplain, Hindu, and some says I want to distribute Quran, I will be little lukewarm. Okay, yeah, please send me. I'm little busy today. Reach out to the chaplaincy department. So that's a department there, and that department cannot be partial to anyone. I can be partial. In somebody says distribute this Bible, I can be partial. Yeah, okay, I will get back to you. I'm a little busy, whatever. So reach out to the department, and that department should be ask them that how many Gitas do you have Gita or any Hindu scriptures in your library? Ask those questions, and they're supposed to reply to you that yeah, we have or not have. Then I think it's a fair to have some Hindu exposure in case a prisoner is what. And again, present it not as much as a religion or we are out to convert, but present it's by meditation, yoga. If you can do yoga, prisoners will love to have you coming every week, perform, offer yoga classes. Meditation, peace of mind, they will bring a lot of peace and harmony, meaning there will be less criminals and it will help their mental health. So present it more marketable terms. But again, reiterating, instead of going to individual chaplain, reach out to the chaplaincy department.
Yeah, but every prison or every correctional facility will have their own department, or you will have just one department for the state?
What these prisoners, this jail system do is that they have a funding and then they hire a chaplaincy group. For example, in Santa Clara, it's a CIC in this chaplaincy. They are the one who are hired, meaning our taxpayers' dollars goes to that CIC industries, CIC ministries. Now, CIC ministries is the one who recruited me. Everywhere it's a different system. In San Francisco, it's actually San Francisco's paid employee. She's a Christian, and that's the employee I'm talking about who is horrible in communicating. She's the one who is in charge of that, and she's paid by San Francisco City to be chaplain of the. So everywhere system may be different. So find it out who the chaplaincy lead for the prison.
Okay. Okay. And one comment I had for Mayapuru, maybe just a suggestion. We also have our own prison ministry within ISKCON. So maybe we can also invite someone from the prison ministry and see what have been their experiences when they have tried to reach out to different jails.
Good point. Good point. Please do.
Hare Krishna. Bhakti Lata is my good friend. Thank you so much. And she runs the ISKCON prison ministry. And we have all the experiences cataloged, and she runs a very nice newsletter. I can forward it to anybody interested.
Please connect me with her. I like to learn and also share my experiences.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Meenakshi Mataji, you had a comment, question?
Yes, Hare Krishna. We have been working with the prisons in Canada for several years now, maximum, minimum, medium, juvenile, jails, et cetera, and they have been very receptive. Originally, we had to go through the government of Canada. There was some vetting process where they actually went and read the books. I mean, Canada is a bit different from the US, but anyways, they eventually allowed us to start with the Gita, and we sent that out as a sample actually. And we've now built up relationships with every chaplaincy department in the correctional institutions in Canada. And so we're not only doing Gitas, but we also do small titles. We have some of the correctional institutions who actually give small books to every inmate that comes in to the prison as an intake. So that's really good. And we've also started doing Srimad Bhagavatam sets in prison, where they are putting them in their libraries. They're allowing inmates to borrow them. And for maximum security, they're actually stripping the binding off and putting on, so this plastic type cover on it, so that the contents are still there, and but they're safe for the inmates. And we have some where some inmates are accepting CDs of kirtans. We have one correctional institution that's actually taking incense and does puja every morning. So there's a lot of scope, but the main thing is to build that relationship. And when you first start talking to the chaplains, is to, as Dilip Prabhu said, talk to them as if this is providing peace and solace. Any path that gets these inmates to be more calm, more spiritual, it's not about, and really respect the other faiths. Most of them are Christian chaplains. So you have to be really respectful. And the other thing that we really emphasize is that these chaplains are on the front lines. They're doing the hard work, and we're just supporting and facilitating them. And so it makes them feel very good as well. And you have to build that partnership and follow up and communicate very frequently.
I think it's a great experience. I will connect you with, there is a chaplain in Canada, and she has written a beautiful article in Hinduism Today about her experience, how she goes to juvenile prison. And so I think let's make a collection of those knowledge sharing, because for Hinduism, this is something new. We don't know. So I would love to hear your feedbacks and experiences too. And yeah, it's important when you submit any booklet, if there is a staple inside, they really ask you to remove all those staples and all that. So yeah, those are the kind of things you will learn once you start working with them.
Okay. Great feedback, Meenakshi Mataji and Ganpati Govind as well. And thank you, Dilip Bhai. This is, at least for me, it's been very, very informative. Yes, I mean, I'll be very honest, living in the COVID era, in the last 1.5 years, I feel that if this is my, I get so bored. What about the prisoners?
I know.
Who do not know how they will be for many decades, probably lying in the prison. So this is good. Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, Rangadevi Mataji, you have a question?
Yes, Prabhuji. I just wanted to request, we have so many sources from so many Prabhujis and Matajis that is pouring like nectar here. So is there a way that all of us can have some kind of a distribution list created, and as and when they come across such articles, such experiences, whether positive experience or a negative experience, because we hear a lot of positive experiences, but the negative experiences, what did we try and what did not work, so that we learn from those experiences and we don't repeat it. So if we can have a distribution list and share through that, in that way we are all in touch, rather not just restricted to such meetings. If we can get regular updates from all these from all of you, I think that would definitely help a lot in inspiring and going in the right path.
I have one WhatsApp group I have made for chaplaincy, people including from Canada, UK, many Hindu organizations, those who are so those who are interested, I can share Milinji that WhatsApp link. So maybe if we are on one forum, that way we can share and learn from each other. Cannot hear.
Thank you. Sorry, I was on mute. So thank you, Prabhu. Philip bhai. So Rangadevi Mataji, for distribution list, are you specifically referring only to correctional facilities or even others like hotels and door-to-door Sankit? I mean, everything is eventually Bhagavad Gita distribution.
That's correct, Prabhuji. Like
Okay.
maybe I don't know how it works. Some people may be inspired in one initiative, some people may get inspired in another initiative. But if we have like how earlier days we used to have Yahoo groups like that, right? A distribution is created and people added to it. So if we can have something like that created, and all these you can have those distribution names, those group names published in the website. So whoever is interested, they can subscribe to that to the DL, and then they get automated letters from such experienced volunteers, so that they can also get inspired and stay in touch with it.
Yeah. Actually, we already have a distribution list, but it's maybe on me to update it and make it more regular, and of course add different flavors to it, as you rightly suggested. Wonderful suggestion, Rangadevi Mataji. Sure, I'll take that action item on me. Thank you. Okay, dear devotees, this was very good. We are well out of time. Any last comment from anyone? We are deeply grateful to all of you for your valued time and association.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. If you allow me to have a small question, please.
Yes, please go ahead, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Dandavat Pranam, I hope you are doing good. So a simple basic question going to probably Nandakishwari Mataji and Mayapur Bihari Prabhu, that when you go to motels, let's say in a vacation, is there any, like you just go in a line of all the motels, or you choose some motel based on some criteria, whether it is owned by Hindus or Indians, you focus on them first?
Days Inn is a very good one. Quality Inn, they're usually owned by Indians. 66% of those are owned by Indians.
So what I mean to ask is that, do you target first only owned by Indians so that your penetration rate is higher? Or
yes. And then
okay.
I know that what to say to the next person, because in Destin, when I went, I had no idea even if we were sending Gita to one motel. I had no idea. I just walked into the city. I had no time to connect with the India team and find out.
Okay.
Just first motel, first Indian person I met, I became friends, give a gift, and talk nicely, and then ask question. It's just like then talking to you, devotee, like
Okay. And what about those motels who are owned by, let's say, a Muslim or Christian?
Yeah, they will also take. Once they know their competition has it, they will
okay,
take.
So you first target to Indians and then Hindus, and then they take, and you give the reference to others to,
Recent MotelGita trip, I visited 15 hotels, that Destin trip, visited 15 hotels, found out that 3 of them already have it. 3 orders got confirmed after that. And then rest of the 6 people, which were non-Indians, we followed up and then they accepted.
Okay.
Everybody
And
accepted
giving the
except
reference.
one hotel rejected.
Okay.
And they will also accept later.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to them.
Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Hare Krishna.
We can help you jumpstart, depending on where you want to go. We can always
I'm from Calgary, Prabhuji. I'm from Calgary. I see that devotees here and there, they do it, but not in a very structured way. So probably, I can get connected with you offline.
We already have Mataji on the call, Meenakshi Mataji, and do we still have? I don't see Prabhuji still on the call, but yes.
Yeah, Anuttam Prabhu left, Prabhu. He said his internet is. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, but sure. Thank you, dear devotees. This was a good meeting. Few action items. So let me quickly go through it because we are well over time. So, yeah, for scope for improvement based on Ganpati Govind Prabhu's question, I'll clarify, more on how MotelGita can help different temples. That is just, what I've noted it down, because many other temples may have similar question. We are here to help. And the individual temples, of course, the scores and the Lakshmi points are for individual temples. Nandini Mataji and Vedavit Prabhu can set up, a meeting to provide an overview on, door-to-door Sankirtan for hotels. Dilip Bhai, and for Dilip Bhai, will be, I'll be sharing Dilip Bhai's contact so that, feel free to reach out to him directly. Ganpati Govind Prabhu had some wonderful questions and some feedback about that as well. And about the distribution list, I'll be working on it so that, whether it's hotel, libraries, grocery stores, correctional facilities, and so on. So that at least, to start with, we should have one going out regularly so that devotees can have enough information. Yeah. Anything else, dear devotees? Please feel free. I'll soon send out an email. Please reply to that email and so on. Yeah. Once again, thank you very much for joining. Appreciate everyone's time. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Thank you, Mahaprabhu.
Antakoti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare